Well, officially, hello, 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 and welcome to the show. What's up? How you doing?
Is that to us?
Mm-hmm. I am talking to you. I have Diane Addiction here, folks, today. My very special guest. How you doing, ladies? You okay?
We are good. We're good. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here, despite all the little, technical hiccups, as you'd expect anyways, of a live stream and a live interview. I'm very happy that you're here today. I hope you're good. Have you had a nice week? Is everything fine with you, first of all?
Yeah, it's a pleasure for us to be here too. Thank you for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And how has it been? I mean, have you been busy? Has it been a busy week for you as a band? Has it been a busy week generally for you individually?
Busy month. We've been recording most of the month. Our producer's literally right there.
Say hi, Lewis.
Say hi.
Hi, Lewis.
Hello.
Yeah, we've been polishing up some stuff for another track from the EP today, which will be out a little bit later towards the end of the year. But so it's still all in the works, but we really wanted to get Clown out because people have been waiting a while since Arachne, so yeah.
I was gonna say, first of all, people watching right now, this is Dying Addiction, and they are from, and I need a bit of a clarification about this, they are from Birmingham in the UK, is that right? Or is it Wolverhampton? I'm a bit confused with regards to that.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Kind of both. Yeah, they're both close to each other, but yeah.
Okay. Also, I just thought of a tip, because when you wait for my voice in order to see if I've asked you something or what I'm talking about, or if you're waiting for me to say yes or no or to move on, look at the phone that has the real time me moving. It's easier when you know what I mean. If you say something and I nod, you'll see it on camera before you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you girls are from Birmingham. I only discovered you quite recently. Now, Birmingham being a very important city with regards to metal music, obviously then, that in and of itself was more than enough, for me at least, having been in the music industry and all that for decades, was more than enough for me to be like, okay, I couldn't quite remember, and forgive me if I'm wrong, I couldn't quite remember like any other like full female metal bands from Birmingham. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Has there ever been any like female metal band from Birmingham that at least like known? I'm not talking like really local, but I don't think so, right?
Not really. I don't think so. No, I really don't think so.
There's not really any from the Midlands.
No,
Not that big and popular.
Exactly. So that alone grabbed my attention, and I thought to myself, okay, interesting. So let me bring up my notes, because obviously, you have to do a bit of homework before doing an interview. You formed in 2023, right? And that's like literally last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's still so early on, really.
Yeah, it's your baby steps basically as a band right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So aside from what I think about the music, which is really cool, and I dig what you're doing as a band, that's separate to my question now. I know that you guys have dubbed your style, you're very welcome. I know that you've dubbed your style like gothic new metal, right? It's like a combo of goth and new metal, 90s and zeros. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's like a mix of both.
Yeah, weirdly, we combining multiple influences that we have as individuals, and it's kind of working in we think, quite a unique way. Like, we have elements of sort of like traditional 80s like gothic rock, so like typo negative sort of influences, but then we also, all of us, like, we love the sound of like late 90s, early 2000s new metal, and we were like, I wonder if it can go. And although our songs sound quite different from each other, like one will sound nothing like the other, they still sound like us, weirdly. So we're trying to do something that works, and yeah, just experimenting with it, having fun with different subgenres of metal that we all love.
To me, it's super interesting, because I'll tell you why. To me, it's super interesting because obviously, like like genres like new metal, for example, it was more like because I was a teenager in the 90s, so when new metal came out and it peaked like in the zeros and all that. So I'm always very curious when I meet people who are of a different generation than I am. Let's call it that way, whatever. But I'm always curious to see what the influence is, like what is the root, like. And when I listen to your music, which has a lot of like corn, and I spotted a lot of corn,
Well,
like influences, not like massively, but you can tell that obviously that's the style. Obviously, if you say new metal, it's gonna have a feel of new metal and something identifiable. You know what I mean? How did it all? Where did you grow up? I mean, who? I have questions, obviously, that who, what, why. No, wait. Okay. How did it all begin musically? How did you blend all of that?
it was, well, I don't know. I think we all kind of grew up with new metal. I think new metal is very much a gateway into metal. And obviously, Steph being older than us kind of saw that while she was younger. Sorry. But Steph kind of like mostly grew up with the As It Comes, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that helped out a lot. But yeah, I don't know, we kind of took metal as what we knew it as and made it into our own, and then mixed in the subgenres that we also like and kind of made it our own sound.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is obviously people still have a general. They're just now starting to get to know you a bit better, obviously. While we're getting into it, which is the music, right? So what I want you girls to do, if you may, is one after the other. I would like you to tell people, just your first name, for example, or nickname, or whatever you prefer, like a stage name or a real name is fine, obviously. And what you do in the band, and tell them a few things about yourself, like mainly musically. You don't have to like tell people how many years you've played guitar or how many years you played the drums. It's fine. You can just mention the things that influence you musically. And that's the cool part about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm Sophie. I play bass. I think I mostly got into bass because of like, if you listen to emo music, it's so heavy on bass and it's usually quite technical, and I was always really interested in that. And I think that's really, obviously that's why I am the way I am. I mean, look at me, I'm token emo. But yeah, that's mostly what it was.
I'm Steph, but I go by, in terms of the band, I go by Stephanie Sinister. I'm the only one so far with a cool stage name. The girls all need to, sort out their stage names. I'm still very much a big fan of having a stage name. I don't know. There's something about it. It makes you a different personality for your art, and I quite like that. I've been in many projects, but I've never been in one that suits so much what my true loves are. When I was sort of these girls' age, I was in a glam rock band. I was in a punk band for a while, and then I've had like some acoustic projects and stuff. But this is the one where I've really gone, this is perfect. And I met the girls because Sophie and Chloe were looking for a singer and replied, and then we've all instantly just had the same vision. So yeah, that's a bit about Chloe.
Hello, I'm Chloe. I play guitar, and I haven't been into all of this as long as I think people think I have, but I grew up with my granddad, who was a guitar player, always into the more classic metal, classic rock. So that's kind of what I grew up with. And then I remember the day that I discovered System of a Down, and it all kind of went from there. And then I always had my granddad showing me women in metal, like people like Girl School and Joan Jett.
No,
and it kind of opened up a new world, made me realise that that was possible. And then since that moment, I had the band idea, Dying Addiction. And then I met that one, and we formed this.
Also, I stupidly forgot to say I'm the vocals, by the way.
It's fine.
Talk about that.
It's fine. We would have reached to that conclusion by deduction. So.
I kind of got into like metal in like the end of lockdown. I think it was mainly like Bring Me the Horizon, like metalcore stuff, and it's kind of like my drumming style as well, with like all the double bass I use and stuff. I kind of like incorporate that into our songs.
That's cool. Practically speaking, like before before Dying Addiction, before you formed the Dying Addiction, like, is this your first band? Is it the first sort of like proper like band for most of yous, or have you like been in other stuff as well? For example.
I was in before this band. I was in it was kind of like a indie rock sort of band, but I always wanted to be in like a heavier band. So when I saw these guys needed a drummer, yeah, I knew I wanted to be in it.
Yeah. I've been in 2 bands before this, but left both because they weren't this. Like, this was always exactly what I wanted to be doing, and I just wanted to push myself, get myself out there in other bands before I officially started this. But
I feel like all you girls were kind of experimenting with what style you wanted to end up in, and then this is the first one where you've all gone, oh wait, this is it, like this is the one.
Yeah, this is my first one, so I don't know, I'm here for the ride, I guess.
Cool. You guys call it the return of mall. So I wanted to talk to you about this. You guys call yourselves, well, the style, I mean, the return of mall goth metal. And now, just for people watching right now, I looked up the etymology for mall goth, and it says it comes from mall, enclosed shopping center, plus goth, person who is part of the goth subculture, obviously, suggesting that they purchase their clothes from mainstream retail outlets. I read many definitions for mall goth. May I just say at this point that urbandictionary.com or whatever that website is, I didn't really want to pick an excerpt from Urban Dictionary because it was like all very insulting and very like. I mean, the people who were writing what mall goth means were like just taking the piss really. So I was curious to ask you girls like. What is that definition? What is the definition of it, basically?
I'd say the definition of mall goth, I mean, when it came about, it was at the peak of Marilyn Manson's popularity and the goths that came from nu metal. So it wasn't really the trad goth style you saw in like the 80s with the wing dresses and velvet. It was more the baggy clothes, listening to bands like Kitty and Limp Bizkit. So it is more of a metal-based goth than what it was, kind of 90s, 2000s-esque, which people always get confused. A lot of people are mad at us for calling ourselves goth in the beginning because obviously we weren't like Sisters of Mercy, Susie and the Banshees and everything.
Even though we do have some elements of that, we still do incorporate that, but...
Our like general thing is the wave of goth that came about in the late 90s and early 2000s. Even with the style, our whole vibe is that. Do
you feel that there's like in 2024, let's say, do you feel that there's the goth subculture, that aspect of your music and your style, the goth subculture, do you feel that it's still strong in the younger ages, for example? Do you feel that there's still a lot of, goths, let's say goth metal heads?
It's coming back, isn't it?
It's coming back. I think it's definitely back. And especially nu metal. Nu metal has made a massive resurgence. In the last few years, but especially recently. Yeah, there's so many goths now, like it's being brought back. You like turn a corner and you'll find a trad goth, like it's amazing.
And that's the scene right now, right? Where you guys are.
The thing that we like about us, it's unique, is that I feel like we're perfectly encapsulating that little period, like where mall goth was huge, and we just want to. Obviously, we're recreating it in our own way, but that literally describes our little section there of like our sort of goal.
It's a very niche subculture.
I don't know of many sort of going down the exact more goth route. I mean, there's definitely other incredible nu metal bands like in the Midlands, like that we're really good friends with, like bands like Cherry Dead, Nameless, that are also from Birmingham. But no one's particularly, also in putting in like the Marilyn Manson-esque, like the creepy, the kind of more like goth parts as well. So like
the shock rock elements that were so insane to people in that time. I want to bring that back.
So the shock rock element that you mentioned now, it was not just my idea, that it is part of your identity. Shock rock, like even your song titles like Clone or Arachne, which is a Greek word, by the way, and I'm Greek. they have like that sort of like Halloween element. Like your song titles couldn't have been more appropriate for this time of the year, to be honest. Like for October, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So
And so like another thing that really ties into that is is that we use a lot of sort of like horror imagery to promote everything. So like if you see any of the clown sort of promo that we've released and the video and the album cover, even the single cover, even like it was a full like fake gore horror shoot, you know, with which incorporates like elements of like things that are just a little bit uncomfortable to look at, but in a good way, you know.
so you're massive horror movie fans, all of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you.
Everyone, every one of us.
Yeah. Okay.
All.
So this is what I'm going to ask you. I mean, music and everything is fine. I want to hear from. Give me one horror movie. Each one of you, give me one horror movie that you love, like separately, you know.
30 Days a Night. 30 Days a Night. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna say House of a Thousand Corpses.
Nightmare
That's
on
it.
Elm Street. It's a classic.
That's
isn't it?
true.
Did you say one?
Yeah.
Probably Scream.
Scream. Yeah.
Cool. Good. All right. So I take it, if I were to ask you, I'm just assuming now, but if I were to ask you, who would your dream artist be to tour the world with as that artist support? Would it be Rob Zombie, for example?
Oh,
I can't answer
have we all
this.
got the same?
No,
kind of
because I
idea?
can't answer this because I'm going to say like an emo band, so I think one of you should answer.
Did we agree on Kitty?
Yes.
Yeah, let's say
Kitty.
Kitty. Oh,
Kitty. Oh my lord, I would love to play with Kitty.
Okay, good. So I can tag Kitty then when I upload the video, and they might see this interview. Who knows? You never know with the internet. Cool, good. Okay. You never know. Literally never know. Like the other day, I just had Alex Terrible, for example, from Slaughter to Prevail. He checked out like a video that I'd made for him.
Yeah.
He checked out.
Evie is a huge
Evie loves.
Slaughter to Prevail fan.
Love them.
Amazing. Slaughter to Prevail's songs, at least musically speaking, they kick ass big time. Musically, at least it's amazing. Like, wow. Yeah, and he saw that video, for example, and musicians nowadays, no matter how big they are, obviously they check everything. Like everybody does, you know what I mean? So cool, Kitty then. Kitty, right, okay. Have you seen Kitty live, by the way, ever? Have you been to a Kitty concert?
I wish.
Wish.
No, I mean, they kind of took a little bit of a break there for a while. Like, we're really hoping that with the new album that just came out, Fire, that they're gonna do a UK and Euro tour. That would be incredible.
And book a support
But
slot.
for a while, they've been playing the festival circuit in the States, where they usually play things like Sick New World and things, but I don't believe, I'll be annoyed if I've missed it, but I don't believe they've been here in a long time, really. I don't think.
Girls, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to Arachne, and I'm pronouncing it the Greek way. Sorry, I just do it out of habit. Arachne, and we'll listen to Arachne. I'll be right back. So
No, that's better. That's good.
yeah, cool. So people sit back. This is the first single that Dying Addiction had released. When was it? How many months ago was Arachne released?
It was April, wasn't it?
Yeah, a few months ago.
April.
So a few months ago, and Clown was actually released a week ago. We listened to Clown when we started the live stream, people, and I hope you're all doing well, by the way, out there. I see there's quite a few of our friends in the stream today. Have yours come over to yours on your live stream as well?
Yeah, I think so. I've been telling people to go over to yours to get like the full experience. So.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Sophie. We'll listen to Arachne and we'll be right back, people. Okay. Hello, people. Back again. The only reason why I was nodding my head is because in the chat, there's a lot of things going on. There's a parcel, that I've received today that I have no clue what's inside. It's supposed to be a surprise. I've been asked to open the parcel live on camera, then I decided not only to do it live on camera, I decided why not do it during the interview. And then, because it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, do it now. Do it now.
You know,
open it now.
I have a very bad feeling. I'm not even joking. I have a horrible feeling that this is gonna go really bad.
Open it.
Oh gosh, here we go. Okay, so Ken from Sweden, my moderator, sent me something. I have no clue what it is, and he said you need to deep breaths. Oh man. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna hold it up, and based on your reactions, I'm gonna figure out if it's something completely bad or. So I'm not looking. I have no idea what I'm holding. It feels. What is it? Is it okay? It's not that bad, right? I can open my eyes. Is it okay?
Drum roll.
Do you know what it is? Can you guys tell what it is before I open my eyes?
No idea.
No? So shall I keep opening the wrapping?
No idea. It could be anything.
Shall I carry on? Wait, let's see.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Holy shit. Why is it fluffy? What the fuck?
It's white
It's white.
and green.
Oh, it's so cute.
Can I open my eyes now? Is it okay?
That is so
cute.
Am I safe? Am I?
Yes.
No, listen.
It's so
Before
cute.
I open my eyes, what the hell is this, and why is it shaped like this? What the fuck am I holding? Okay, so I'm gonna open my eyes now. And 3, 2, 1. It's a turtle, right? It's a turtle, right? I should have known, Ken. Thank you so much. Ken Vorland has been making. He's been making fun of me and my speed for some time now. And Ken, brother, thank you so much. I hope it survives my cat. Here you go, Serafina. You can play with it. No, I'm kidding. Holy shit. I really thought the worst. I'm not even joking. You have no idea what people have pulled on me. Like, I've opened up things on my birthday in my 20s. And my dad was there. And
we appreciate your bravery.
Yeah, people had bought me like the most, I don't know, weird alien looking stuff from like sex shops. I'm not even joking. In front of my parents, and like I'd be opening up like the weirdest things would be popping out of boxes, and I'd be like, yo, what the hell? Okay, people are laughing in the chat. People are having a good time. There's over 30 people laughing at my ass right now. So I was gonna ask you girls, I forgot a major question, and shame on me. Okay, so it's October. You have a song called Clown, and I want to know, like, there's so many clowns, obviously, and clowns are a big part of Halloween, definitely. So any favorites? Like, do we have any Pennywise fans? Old school Pennywise, new school Pennywise? Like, I don't know.
Terrifier.
Terrifier.
Yeah, me definitely. I'm a huge fan of Stephen King's It. Like,
Yeah.
like from the book to the Tim Curry films to even the modern ones, I thought were amazing, to be honest. But in Clown, there's actually something like, I counted them, how many references. There was something like
19.
no, there was like over 10 references to different like clowns throughout like horror culture.
In the chorus, there's a reference to Gacy.
So there's a reference to John Wayne Gacy. There's a reference to even Harley Quinn made it in because it worked.
Yeah.
There's also like lots of Rob Zombie film, like Captain Spaulding references.
Yeah.
And then just some other bits as well, like that tie in, like the part where Sherry Moon Zombie and like as Baby will go like, "Oh, you like to get fucked up?" Like even like little things like that, like because it was. As soon as I heard the riff that Chloe had written, and we decided on a creepy clown kind of concept, like a killer clown concept, I was like digging, and I was like, I'm gonna put everything I love, like that has like a horror clown reference in this song. So it's why it ended up being so much stuff that like has influenced me.
That's
recently.
cool, but I have a question. Like this conversation. We had this conversation about what I'm going to mention here in my live stream with people yesterday. How the hell do you even sit through an entire Terrifier movie? Like I like horror movies. Don't get me wrong. I love horror movies, but how do you get through a
To be fair.
Terrifier movie? Like
They are vile, but we have a strong I don't know, I have a strong stomach for horror. I'm kind of immune to it now.
Most horror films bore me.
From a point on, like I just.
You're so tough.
I just felt that from a point on it was just gore for the gore, and when it becomes gore for the gore, it just like it kind of loses me.
Yeah, I mean there is definitely some of that in that film. Yeah, there's some parts that are just like we just want to make. It's like he's going. I just want to make you sick. I just want to make you feel like uncomfortable.
My type of gore, if I may say.
Oh yeah, we're still gonna go and watch the new one.
I don't know if you girls have ever watched this amazing spin-off TV show of an amazing series of movies, Ash vs. Evil Dead. That type of gore in Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV show, is my type of gore that's also entertaining and funny as hell. You know what I mean? I don't know if have you seen it? Have you seen Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I've seen bits.
I haven't, I don't know.
I highly recommend.
I need to get on this.
Yeah, since we're on the topic, okay, just keep that on the side for future reference. Okay. So, with regards with regards to the band, let's do a bit of a Q&A. Because people have been typing stuff in the chat. I've not been seeing it because I'm looking obviously at you people and like having a conversation and trying to think. Let's have a look and see what they say. People, feel free to ask the girls anything you like. Chucky. All right, yeah. Chucky was my bedtime story, says Persephone from Romania. And Sentient says, Sentient says Ash vs. Evil Dead is 11 out of 10. Flora says, I gave them a follow through their stream, says Flora and Mycena Art. So she's followed you. Origin,
thank you,
says, when did they start making music?
What's their favourite women musicians?
Oh yeah, you can see the questions, right? You can read the questions, right?
Did we make a rap name?
So our own stuff was probably when did we decide? Because obviously we started,
isn't it?
Yeah, about March.
we started doing like covers because I feel like it's just the way that you have to establish as a band. You have to see if you all fit together. You have to play your gigs. You have to define a style that you want to actually be. But then writing, I feel like what month did we?
About March, yeah. March.
Late March, April.
I feel like it might have been February.
Oh, it could have been February.
Yeah, like early.
We had ideas.
Early this year is when we started with the original stuff. But yeah, I mean, at first we just were experimenting and seeing like what kind of thing we want to do. But now we are like our whole focus is to become all original now. So we're just steaming away writing songs like constantly, trying to get there.
Marcel from the Netherlands is asking you, so how did they pick the name Dying Addiction? That's a nice question I didn't ask.
Well, that's got to be you,
Go on,
Chloe.
Chloe.
Well, obviously I've been in, like I said, 2 bands before, and my first band was the very beginning of the year that I started Dying Addiction, and I named that one. It was called Transcendence, but it's only because I'd always had the name Dying Addiction. I just came up with it one day and had kept it safe, locked in a box for a full, probably like 2 years.
Do you know why
Until we got
Dying
to this.
Addiction though, like the words?
I'm
Or do you
not-
just like the
I'm
way you
honestly
say
not
sound?
sure.
It
always sounded very gothic to
It is,
me.
it is goth.
It sounded
it's goth,
very gothic.
and it
but
just sounds great. Like
I think it was
really
that
like
long
it,
ago that I came up with the name, that when I
Yeah.
told you that I wanted to start the band,
Yeah, and you
that
were like, oh, Dying Addiction. I was like, fuck
I
yeah,
literally
what a
I was
great
like, we
name.
have a name in the band, Dying Addiction, and I would not make any
Yeah.
exceptions. So
And then when I first started talking to you guys, I thought I didn't really ask many questions. I was just like,
Yeah.
that's just a really fucking cool name. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I shouldn't be
That's
swearing.
all.
I wish
it's
it had
okay,
a really
don't
cool
worry.
meaning.
Yeah, everyone asks, like, what's the meaning?
We just
don't
like
have a
it.
meaning.
It suits us. It just suits our sound. I think. Yeah.
Are we on Bandcamp?
So, but the name is cool. But did you make sure it's? Did you make sure it's not taken? Like, I'm surprised. Such a cool, like it is actually cool. I'm surprised it
Yeah,
wasn't taken.
kind of.
Yeah. I was really shocked that it wasn't taken.
Yeah.
With how long I had the name, I was really nervous that it was either going to be like some older band that I hadn't found yet, or that someone was going to do something too similar.
Did you make sure to like?
There's absolutely nothing.
I've done a pretty good swoop as well, and I can't find anything.
Did you make sure that? Did you make sure to copyright it? I mean, copyright to like what's it called? To like to get the name under like copyright.
Well, the music is copyrighted, of course. I mean, but under the name. But then, yeah, we may have to look at it as a whole.
Yeah.
Whole new level.
Yeah. Right. With regards to live shows, I wanted to. Oh wait, there's a question. I think trademark. Sorry, that was a trademark. You're correct, Trash Panda. I was trademarked that I was trying to find in my head at the time. Halloween says, Orpheus asked the girls how do they feel that they live close to Birmingham, the city which birthed metal music. Is it still in the air as an inspiration? Does the fact that Birmingham is basically where heavy metal music got born, does that fuel you, like when you play live or when you compose music? Does it give you that extra push?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's benefited us so bad, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, the scene, admittedly, it's kind of, it's on a resurgence at the moment. I think during COVID, the scene here is in like for live, kind of took a bit of a dip, and it's turn around, baby. And it's definitely like on the way back up. But we've always felt like a great responsibility to do this place proud, basically. Like in a way, it's almost like a looming responsibility almost. With how much incredible music's been made here, and yeah, we 100% appreciate and love our sort of scene and what was made here already. We just hope we can live up and walk in the footprints of
And I think metal being the birthplace here, being the birthplace, it's helped us out a lot, I think, because there's already such an audience for it, I suppose. So I think it's very much helped us out.
And does that reflect, I need to ask this myself as well, on a local level? I mean, I did notice, so I was looking, obviously, at your videos and all that to see when, you were doing gigs, this, that. I noticed that your first gig ever took place on the 15th of December 2023 at Live and Picking at the Newhampton Arts Centre, right?
Yeah.
Was that a great experience for you? I didn't notice any other bands on the. I think my understanding was that it was just you there, right?
Well, no. I mean, there was other bands. It's kind of like an evening for emerging local bands.
It's like an open mic.
It's a good starting place, basically. Not a lot of is expected at that point. It's just kind of.
That was also the gig we played, our second venue. Our second gig.
Yeah.
And got a headline.
Yeah, we headlined.
And then we went back
really far.
And literally the second time we ever played together, we ended up, as the headline of that gig, because straight away off that one, our following went really, really big, and people seemed to really react right away. So it was cool. We actually get to brag that our second gig ever, we were the headliner on that event. So that's pretty.
My first one as well.
And that was Evie's first, because she joined a little bit later. We did have an initial guy, but he had to stop for personal reasons, and then but luckily, Evie comes along and just saves the day, and she fits perfectly, and now I can't even imagine the band without her.
I think Flora and Mycena asked where she can buy your music. She asked. She's from the Netherlands, and she wanted to know where she can buy Dying Addiction's music.
I mean, you can buy it on Apple and Amazon.
You can't buy physical copy yet. Yeah.
Oh, so physical is a no. We don't have anything, but we will do. We do want to produce vinyl and CD and stuff, but we're not at that place yet. But for the moment, Amazon Music you can buy, and Apple Music you can buy, I think, as well. If you're not on a streaming service, i.e. Spotify or something, if you wanted to actually do it by track, then you can do it there,
And what about merchandise? My question. That's my question. What about merch? Like a tee? How about a t-shirt?
Yeah, so
we need to do something online.
at the moment we've been selling our merch at gigs. Obviously, I mean that's always the way to start. And really, really nice. We always sell out of all of our teas at every gig, and it's so lovely. And we feel really humbled by it. Like, well, I can't believe it's all gone. As if people actually want to buy our stuff. Like, we're so new. But we are setting up an online store. It'll probably be ready before the end of the year. So then anyone, anywhere will be able to buy, because we have been asked a few times, and we don't want to be letting people down. So yeah, we are setting up an online store. So stay posted. We'll put it on our Instagram when it's ready, so everyone can see where to go and stuff like that.
Do I get to get one so that I can wear on my live streams?
Of course. We will just send you one whenever you want. Without the online store, you can just have one.
You're sweetie.
You're
Thank you
helping
so
us.
much.
You're promoting us. So
Of course, that's the right thing to do. So, anytime. I'm more than happy to always help people out in bands, especially the music industry. So I just wanted to say, oh wow, yeah, I wanted to read the messages. There was more messages, I believe. Let me see. Are you close? So Marcel from the Netherlands says, "Are you close as friends? So you won't end up breaking up in 3 weeks."
We're like a little family.
Yeah.
we are
like
We are family.
like the closest, honestly. Like I know that like maybe some other bands say, "Oh yeah, we're all friends," but we genuinely are. Like, we all love each other. We have this kind of structure that, because there's obviously an age gap and all these like ladies are so much younger, I'm kind of like I'm like the mom of the band.
Goth mom.
And,
Goth
they're all
mom.
like my adopted band daughters, but we're genuinely so close. We talk every day, we do stuff together, even if it's not to do with music. And we love the shit out. We love each other.
People are saying in the chat, "Oh my god, love this band." That was Link Pink from the UK saying that. Dystopian Reality also said, "Love that." Good stuff, man. People, feel free to ask the girls anything you want to know about their band, anything you want to ask. So long as you're polite and it's a nice question, go ahead and ask it. I see Misa's in the house. Hey, Misa. And Nisha and Misa are in the house. And Pip, Flora, Sentia, and Hair to Ash. There's bands in the chat. There's a metalcore band watching the interview in the chat right now from Canada. So,
that's so cool.
We also love metalcore a lot. I mean, the main place you'll hear it is in Evie's drumming.
Yeah.
Because Evie's like main love of her life, apart from us three, is metalcore. So even though we have this kind of direction, you'll still hear those elements of it.
I will still force a halftime breakdown.
Yeah. She'll
got
still
no
be like,
choice.
yeah, this needs a halftime.
Don't worry, I'll always go with it.
Sentient.
But it's nice. It's adding like loads of different, things to listen to. So Evie can't help herself, man. And that double kick pedal as well, man. Like,
Every single song.
The beast on drums.
Yeah.
Sentient number 6 says, to be honest, they sound like a band that's been playing together for 20 years. Very
Songs in
clean
general.
and good sound.
oh, thank you so much.
That means a lot.
We appreciate that from you. Thank you.
Hair to Ash from Canada
Someone asked
says,
if
we
we
love
have
meeting
tips
other
for beginner
artists.
bands.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tessie says metal or slays. Flora says someone asked if they have tips for beginning bands. People are asking you for tips as well. For people who want to start a band, since you've managed to start it, people want to know, are there any tips?
Well, I mean, it feels weird for us to school on that, because we are still like so new in our
we're
journey
still
as
new.
well. But just I mean, I guess if I had to give anything, it would be like, it really does help when the vision is shared by all of you, and you have a genuine connection. Like, you can just go, oh, we're all good and we all have similar ability and we all want the same thing, but unless there's like a genuine connection there, like there's all sorts of things that can.
You've got to be open-minded to an extent, but
Yes.
also you have got to be picky.
Yeah.
Like, you want people who have at least a relatively similar view and outcome. Like, you've got to think about your future if you do genuinely want to go far. I guess it's all different. It's all different for everybody who started a band. I don't know. I've spoken to a lot of people in bands, and everyone's had a different experience.
It's true. I mean, the other thing is work your ass off.
Yeah, you've got
like we literally every single day we're in our group chat, like talking about, right, what's this thing? What are we doing about that? Like we never stop really. As soon as like our eyes are open, we're thinking, all right, what can we do? Like we need more. Like we need to do more.
If it's
like,
too easy, you do it wrong.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you just want to have like a nice project that's some fun, fair enough. But if you want to try and go the distance, like just work your ass off.
Yeah, I think that adds into what I was thinking as well. Like, don't feel discouraged if you're not going anywhere in your first month.
I think we had. I think
we fell over.
We
Sorry.
fell over. Like, if you feel you're not getting anywhere in your first month, like it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's a slow process, and I think we're just lucky with what we have.
If you love it, it will resonate, says Hair to Ash from Canada. And Marcel says, concerning venues and destinations, what countries, festivals, venues do you really want to play at?
Ooh.
Oh, Bloodstock!
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to do Bloodstock soon. Download would also be a huge milestone for us in being in the UK. But obviously probably a little bit further away from that, of course. But yeah, we'd love to play some festivals abroad as well. Sydney World would be incredible. Hellfest maybe. Maybe like Rock am Ring, things like that.
Oh yeah.
Even just like supporting other bands.
Like
and stuff.
Yeah,
just supporting decent bands
and then
around the world.
For ourselves, like I 100% want like us to do maybe like a US tour, an EU tour first. Maybe obviously it'd be easier to do a European tour first.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're thinking in the future.
Like,
We're saying big things here, obviously, but we have the dreams for them, you know. Yeah. So we'll make it happen.
I got a question myself. About...
we are going a bit too far ahead, maybe there. But we absolutely we want to do it all. We'll see the world, hopefully. If you guys want us, we will come to you.
I got a question. Okay, so you're starting out. This is I'm gonna throw you one that needs a bit of slightly more thought. Slightly. I want to see how you think about it, and I want to see your reaction. So let's say that someone comes up to you and says, "You're gonna be the opening act to Harper. Will you do it?" You know Harper, right?
Probably. A gig is a gig.
Harper.
You know Harper.
Who's Harper?
Right, Google her.
She played. She's 12 years old.
Just Google her.
She's
Our
12.
producer's shouting at us.
Our producer,
She's 12 years old and she played at Download Festival. That's why I brought it up.
I think I know Harper.
Yes!
I know!
Yeah. She went on like Britain's Got Talent.
My mom-
The penny took the scenic
My
route.
mom was
Jesus.
talking to me about her.
She screamed Spirit Box, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's covered
We do it so quick.
We would
songs,
100%.
but she's
We wouldn't even think we'd be
Yeah?
like, yes.
Cool. Okay, I just wanted to see how you'd react because obviously Harper, she's amazing. She's 12 years old and her voice is like, I listen to her songs and I think to myself, wow, that kid can really scream. Like, you know, who knows where she's gonna go, like if she started from such a young age. But I wanted to see, like, if you proposed an artist as young as she is, because she's only 12 still, how would somebody who's older than her, starting out now, feel if they had to support a 12-year-old singer?
If they're great, they're great. We're not asked, honestly, about
Exactly.
like, you know, whether it's a solo or a group or whether they're from, I don't know, Asia, whether they're from America. We don't care. Like,
Exactly.
talented people are talented people, and we just feel lucky to work with whoever we get to work with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not precious about it. We don't think we're better than anyone. We're just like, we want to work with as many musicians of all kinds, so we're not bothered about it at all.
So with regards to Harper and what we were talking about, Pip, who lives in Liverpool, right? Pip, I think Pip is in Liverpool, says about Harper, she says, she's an epic screamer. And I agree that for her age, she's really skilled for sure. My friend, moderator and singer of Psychotic Outsider in Ireland, Luke Holbrook in the chat says, Harper puts most of us to shame.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Cool people. Is there anything else you'd like to ask the girls? It's a nice conversation, wouldn't you agree? Huh? It's a nice conversation tonight we're having here.
Yeah, we've loved it. Thanks. It's
love
been really nice. It's been chill. I like this format.
Yeah.
Laid
it makes
back.
us feel like we're just being ourselves, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the no pretense sort of like normal thing, normal way, sorry, to go about, in my opinion. Like, it's not CNN. There's no, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're just metalheads. Like, I might be like older than you people, but I'm a metalhead, you're metalheads, you're a band, so it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody gonna chase us around about timings, or if something went wrong, if you didn't say the right thing in the right moment.
Yeah.
It's fine, because all they're lovely people in the chat, and quite a few of them have written that they followed you, just so you know. After watching you live here, they've given you a follow. Out of like
Thank
genuine
you, everyone,
interest.
to everyone
Yes.
who's following, or just keeping an eye on us or whatever. We appreciate it all. Like, we appreciate everybody that's been on our journey so much. Like, it's all good us like having the love for it, but like, if it weren't for the people responding and just doing all the little things that get us seen, like just coming to any gig and buying any ticket, or just even just things like commenting, just saying what they think. We love what everyone's doing for us, and we can't thank you enough. Thank you.
I wanted to say, what's your next steps? I think you got a gig in November, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, hell yeah. We have we're putting on this really, like, we're trying to put on this event that's more than a gig. It's like a whole like Halloween party concept. We have like horror drag. It's hosted by a horror drag queen. We have like the whole thing is going to be fancy dress with prizes, limited edition merch. We're also shooting the official video for Clown on the night. So everyone that comes to this gig will be in the video, and there'll be shots of everyone just like having fun and in their costumes. So it's going to be quite a special night. We're really looking forward to it.
That sounds awesome. So if you're out there, people, if you're around, if you're around or in or around Birmingham, or you happen to be anyways in that part,
Please come down. We promise it's going to be amazing. We're working so hard on it.
and music wise, I wanted to ask you girls, are you planning on putting out, let's say, do you have like in your minds, do you have like a timeline for like a full proper like your first like studio album, like an 8-track or a 10-track or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Like we imagine next year there will be an album out. Obviously, I mean, the EP is going to come first, so that's going to be like 5, maybe 6 tracks. But then after that, 100% next year there will be an album out. It just depends on how long that process is going to take us. But yeah, we have a whole year, and we're pretty quick with a concept when we get our teeth into it. Like everything flows quite naturally, and we end up just like spiraling with ideas. So next year, studio album for sure.
So next year, would say around this time, right around this time, give or take, something like that.
Most likely, that seems like doable and accurate.
Yeah, I kind of feel you guys, because of the horror concept and all that, and goth, and gothic. I kind of feel that your month is forever. You're doomed forever to be an October. October is gonna be forever your month, your special month, where you'll have to release your albums, your singles.
Yes. Yeah, it would be perfect, wouldn't it?
So
Evie's tummy's rumbling. She's hungry.
Are you hungry, Evie?
Sorry,
Evie.
I just had to out you there. Sorry.
How come you've not had anything to eat?
We've got Popeyes waiting for us.
We have some food ready, so we're gonna feast.
Oh, what are you having?
Popeyes.
We're having Popeyes.
But they forgot our order.
Popeyes?
Yeah, so it's like it's only recently come to the UK, but it's an American like Louisiana chicken kind of like comfort food.
Oh, okay. So bucket, you're gonna have like buckets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it might as well be. Yeah, it's just in a bag, to be honest. That's a bit shoddy in it, but yeah.
Cool. Listen, I gotta say, it was a real pleasure, because I had told you like quite some time back that let's do an interview one day, And obviously, it takes time, for me at least, it takes time to organize stuff. But I'm happy that, we finally managed to have you here. I managed to actually put it together. I mean, like, actually think, oh, I need to start doing live interviews again, for sure. And, like, having you was an absolute
No,
pleasure.
thank you. It's been awesome.
Thank
We
you
loved
so
it.
much.
It means a lot to us that people want to talk to us.
Absolutely, because I think that I'll tell you my honest opinion now at the end of the interview. I will tell you exactly what I think. I think, in my personal experience, you are very promising as a band, musically speaking. You definitely have style. You're very welcome. You definitely have style, and you can definitely easily start by supporting a bigger name and grow and develop, and obviously find like put little touches to your style until you reach the absolute point where bands usually are, where they want to
That's
be.
exactly what we're going to do, honestly. We're tenacious, so we will do it. We will do it. We want it more than anything, so hope it's going to happen, right?
Yeah, it will.
Right,
Listen,
right.
yeah,
Sure.
exactly. There you go. There you go. That was the voice of confidence. I heard the voice of confidence echoing.
Yeah. Thanks, Lewis. Cheers,
Thank
man.
you.
I have full faith and confidence in you four.
I wanted to say to the people watching, people dying addiction. If you've enjoyed this interview, obviously, give them a follow. Like, if you're not following them, support. Generally, the concept on this live stream is always about support. And this band is now, like, officially friends of this live stream because we've also done the interview. The phone fell off again. It's okay. And people support. It's important for artists. It's important for people who live stream. Generally, do what you can. And I hope you had a good time. I hope everybody enjoyed this live interview. It will also be online on TikTok and on YouTube. I will upload the interview there for everyone to be able to watch and share.
Oh, amazing. Yes, we need to see how we did. We need to see how cringe we were.
Cringe. No,
But thank
we're
you for
not
having
cringe.
us.
Yeah,
We really enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone who's watching.
My pleasure.
And we hope that we got to answer most of the, some of the questions at least.
Mm-hmm.
But if anyone wants to ever know anything more, like, we're very responsive on messages, so you can always ask us stuff. We'll be
DM's
always
open.
DM's always open, yeah. So just let us know if you want to
Exactly.
collab, if you just want to know something, if you're like, just message.
I wanted to
friendly.
just ask you, ladies, are you gonna, like, maybe people might want to? Are you gonna carry on with your live stream on your account, or are you gonna end it? Because some people might want to just
I'm
join.
hungry.
No,
We're gonna go and eat.
You're gonna go eat,
We're
right?
gonna-
Yes, Popeyes.
Yeah,
right.
and then the girls we're at my place right now, but the girls got to get trains home. So yeah,
Trains, huh?
we'll probably love you and leave you now.
It's been a pleasure. Listen, keep us in the loop. Like, pop by, like in the live stream.
Absolutely.
And we'll always be happy because you're always welcome. We'll always be happy to hear how you guys are doing, what's new. Like, hopefully a day will come and you will pop in and tell me, dude, we're supporting Corn, for example. And I'll be like, yay! Something like that.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Imagine.
Well, fingers crossed. And like I said, I hope Kitty watched this interview because I will tag Kitty in the on YouTube.
Please, Kitty, we love you more than words can say. Do we love you?
Time to sort the chicken addiction.
There you go. So, from my side, I would just want to wish you a wonderful Friday night, chill and eating Popeyes, and also a wonderful weekend
Thank
there
you,
in the
and
UK.
you.
Thank you so much. I'll carry on here with the lovely people in the chat and lots of music and a turtle, courtesy of Mr. Ken Vorland from Sweden. Turtle's waving goodbye as well to the girls. Turtle's saying bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, girls. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Lewis. Bye, Lewis. Thank you so much for everything, Lewis. Bye, girls. Bye-bye.